Samurai Shodown Enhanced Edition will be releasing on March 16, 2021 for the Xbox Series XS console and will be including all of the Season Pass 1 content, along with the first Season Pass 3 edition, Cham Cham. This version accompanies the new patch 2.10 and will also include physical upgrades such as adding 120 FPS support. This is already on top of the 4K support that was added due to Xbox One X enhancements, so this basically means that the Xbox Series X version will have both 4K support and potential 120 FPS support, which is quite frankly pretty damn awesome. If you already own Samurai Shodown on the Xbox One and also happen to own an Xbox Series X, then you're set. Your console should automatically upgrade your game to the best version of the game due to smart delivery. Here, let me show you what Samurai Shodown looks like in 120 frames per second. Alright, it will be at a reduced resolution and I hope that YouTube doesn't compress it too much, but I'll just let you know that the animation will look really, really smooth. Moving on now to patch 2.10. Although the Samurai Shodown Enhanced Edition releases on March 16, 2021, as you may guess, patch 2.10 is already out right now. Alright, let's look at the general changes first. Added the DLC character. Pretty sure that's Cham Cham. Added the guard crush function. Oh, any Soul Calibur fans? Because I'm pretty sure you're going to be pretty familiar with what that is. So, an eternal guard crush meter increases whenever an opponent blocks regular and special attacks. The opponent will be able to be guard crushed once they turn red. So basically, if you block too much, your opponent will eventually be able to break your guard. So, landing a stand-in heavy slash during this phase will perform a guard crush. Woof! That really sucks in a game that's supposed to be very defensively minded. Just defending an opponent's attack will not reduce one's internal guard crush meter, however. Also, just defending can prevent one from being guard crushed when glowing red. Well, there you go. Weapons can now be picked up even if scrolled off screen. Press the button to pick up your weapon while touching the edge of the screen where the weapon previously was to pick it up. Next up are improvements made to all characters. Alright, the first one is on the Stance Break, which is a special counterattack that you can perform right after performing the Just Defense, which I usually just call the Just Guard. Alright, so now you are invulnerable for the first frame of startup, and now all characters have the same startup times. And now for the next one is for advancing, so just simply moving forward. Shorten the distance before touching the opponent and coming to a stop. And the next one's actually pretty cool. You can now dodge even when advancing. Here's the Stance Break technique. And now here's the ability to dodge while advancing. Just press the dodge button, L plus M, and you'll just stop and dodge right where you are. Next up, character changes. Alright, I'm not going to go over all the characters because I really don't feel like being here all day. However, I'll go over a couple of them. The first one I'm going to go over is Charlotte because, well, she's my main. And also, a couple of her changes seem pretty consistent for a lot of characters throughout this patch. Charlotte's changes include Standing Close Heavy Slash, Decreased Attack Startup, Stand-in Holding Forward Kick, no longer downs opponent on hit, and Tri-Slash while during Max Rage, increased amount of hits when charged to its fullest. So basically, Charlotte received 2 nerfs and a buff. Alright, her 2 nerfs are actually pretty consistent for most of the cast during this patch. Namely, the first one is to your C attack, also known as your H or your Heavy Slash, or your Stand-in Heavy Slash. The startup of this move has been reduced. The reason why is if the opponent blocks a certain amount of attacks or a certain strength of attack, then they will eventually start to flash red. When they are red, if you hit them with a heavy slash, then they will be guard broken. So to try and balance it out, the startup of heavy slashes has been reduced. The other nerfs now are to stand-in lows, such as like forward plus kick. These moves do not knock down anymore, so they're just basically like little cheap chip damage lows now. This is how it was prior to the patch. Charlotte's buff applies to a move during max rage. If you fully charge her tri-slash or quarter circle forward slash, she gets additional hits now when it hits the opponent. Up next, we're going to be looking at Wu Ruizhang's changes right now. I'll just let you know, anyone that's actually stuck around with this character the whole time, you're an absolute trooper, so you're going to get rewarded with a little buff-in now. However, there's still nerfs involved, such as the standing close heavy slash has a decreased attack startup. However, the second attack now downs an opponent when hit in mid-air. The crouching close medium slash has added a guard point. The crouching close heavy slash now attacks twice, with the second hit pulling the opponent closer. And the crouching kick increased opponent knockback duration on hit. And for anyone that's been finding Gongsun Lee to be a nuisance, the bunny's getting smacked with the nerf bat. Alright, for starters, the Twisted Maypole move has a decreased attack startup. The Cloudfall move no longer downs opponent on hit in midair, and also has an increased area where this projectile can be negated by other projectiles. The Lunar Recall Light, decreased attack startup. The Autumn Tide Heavy now launches upwards, and the Flash Step, increased flash step recovery frames when weapon is outside screen bounds. So, patch 2.1.0 officially rings in Season 3 for Samurai Shodown, which has been doing pretty well for itself the last couple of years. But yeah, this is some big changes. Like, the whole guard crush thing is definitely going to be like a pretty huge game changer. So I'm interested to see how this ends up affecting the game going forward. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you end up thinking of these changes, and particularly what you think of the guard crush function. If you liked this video, smash that like button. If you didn't like this video, just hit the like button anyway, and don't forget to subscribe for more juicy fighting game content. I want to take this moment to thank both my premium top tier fighters and basically like all of my supporters, because I just want to let you guys know that as of right now, I am officially over 4,000 subs. So I mean, that is pretty awesome, and I'm serious. I do thank you guys for helping me get past this little milestone. This video is endorsed by Smart Esports and Trollcoin, but anyways, this is Force Nature signing off. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Top Tier Tips.